right. Now, one thing I talk about sometimes is the transits, right, of astrology. I'll read this out to you. As the name implies, astrological transits involve a method of interpreting the ongoing movements of the planets as they transit the horoscope birth chart. This is this is most often done for the birth or natal charts of particular individual, okay? A particularly important transit is the planetary returns. I ain't gonna talk about planetary returns right on here right now. I'm gonna show you. I got Kanye West's birth chart, right, in a particular day, and I'm gonna teach you how you use your birth chart to study your life. All right. So just showing you what transits were, and planetary returns are your birthday is a planetary return. The sun returns to the degree it was the day you were born. So that's your essentially your original energy, if you will. So you have what we call a birthday. But you have one of those for your moon every month. You have one of those for Mercury every year, Venus every year, Mars every year. Mars every 2 years. Um, Jupiter every 12 years. Okay, Jupiter returns are big. Just think about when you was 12 years old, like you had some life changes that's related to your Jupiter. And when you was 24, you had some life changes, 23, 24, because it takes about 11 and a half years for Jupiter to go through the chart. So 23, 24, you had a Jupiter return. Depends on how old you are. 30, what, 5, 36, you're going to have another one. So, and so on and so forth. And then Saturn, you have Saturn return every 27 and a half years, 28 years. All right. So, you know, 28, 56. All right. Obviously, I mean, if you're older than that, I doubt you listening to me about some damn astrology. So, anyway, um, now this is his chart, right? And this is the transits for the date November 10th, 2007. Now, anybody that's a fan of his, remember that's when his mother passed. Well, I didn't remember the date, but obviously I remember his mama passed because he changed. He was a different person after his mama passed, just like anybody was. I was a different person after my mama passed. So, but anyway, these are the transits for that date. Okay, now the outside green symbols are the planets, or where the planets are now. I mean, for that date, excuse me. And the inside is his chart. So, in my presentation, How to Know Thyself, Volume 1, I break down his chart I show y'all ways you can research yourself by using him, and I give you some examples for how you can see his life on his chart. Well, so I ain't gonna say that right here, right now. Go get that. But anyway, as you can see, he so you see a Gemini, and he got his Jupiter right by his Gemini. I mean, right by his sun sign. So Jupiter is your talents, and what you're good at naturally, and he naturally expresses his talents when he get on that when he get in that booth or when he making them beats or whatever you're doing musically. You know what I'm saying? He obviously is very talented. That's why we're even talking about him right now. But anyway, so I ain't necessarily gonna go through all this chart and all that. It's not particularly necessary, but we're just gonna look at a couple things for that day and see how they correlate to his chart and see if we can get any kind of understanding out of a tragedy. Somebody mama died. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you sad for him, and you're gonna be sad. He gonna be sad regardless. But if he can look at it maybe from more of a spiritual aspect, and I'm not talking him, obviously, I'm talking all of us with anything that happened in our lives. If we look at it from a more spiritual aspect, we may see more of a divine plan, if you will. So the day that his mother died, which one reason why I don't really do celebrity charts and things of that nature is because I'm kind of untrustworthy of a lot of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people whose name we call, like Tupac Shakur, that wasn't his real name. You know what I mean? Like you don't know some of these people. So it's like how much of what I'm looking at is even real. But in this situation, I mean, if it ain't real, then hell, it took a lot of planning because, I mean, the fact that when his mother died, it was a new moon that day in Scorpio, which rules death. You know what I'm saying? On the same degree as his Juno. Now, Juno essentially rules the marriage, your marriage partner, the type of marriage partner you want. Now I know that sounds kind of weird because we talking about his mother's death, but in life, a man is supposed to leave his, his parents and go to his wife. Wife supposed to be number one. So, not to say that. I mean, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying it happened. This where it was on November 10th. Yeah, November 10th to 2020, 2007, and just so happened that's where his Juno is, and Juno as in the sky that day was what 20 degrees Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you can say that's kind of a coincidence, maybe, I guess, but we're gonna keep going because if you look at this Venus right here in the sky, right? Venus is also who you love, who you well, Venus is who you like, who you attracted to in this world. That was on this asteroid right here called Ceres, right? Now Ceres, check it out. Ceres is a dwarf planet, large discovered asteroid found between the orbs of Mars and Jupiter. Ceres is named after the Roman god Ceres. Ceres in astrology rules food, agriculture, transitions, and females' life, nurturing motherhood. Okay, so Venus was on the asteroid planet that rules motherhood, right? In his chart. Now, in the sky that day, Ceres was in Taurus, right? Right here. Now, look what degree that is 16 degrees Taurus, which is the exact opposite of his 16 degrees Scorpio Juno, as well as where the new moon and sun was that day. You see what I'm saying? With Lilith right here as well, Lilith in the sky, that's the dark moon. She represents a form of death. Her story is that Lilith in Hebrew mythologies was Adam's first wife who wouldn't subdue herself to him. So she got banished or some shit. I don't know. It's all the same story of the feminine energy getting suppressed and needs to be put back in place at the top where women need to be because men are stupid. But and then honestly though, in this day and age, everybody's stupid. I ain't gonna just try to sit up here and blame men. But anyway, Lilith, his Lilith is in Gemini as well. Mm. So look at that. So essentially what I'm saying in all this, because I mean you can look at his Jupiter was exact opposite of his Jupiter at that time as well. I ain't gonna say exact opposite. His Jupiter was 21 degrees, and his 21 degrees Sagittarius. Okay, let me back up. Sometimes I be talking too fast. Jupiter in the sky that day was 21 degrees Sagittarius. His Jupiter natally is 14 degrees, so it's an opposite. So we was just talking about planetary returns, right? A half of a planetary return is the opposite sign. You see what I'm saying? So just like the planetary return is big, the halfway mark is big as well. You see what I'm saying? Because it brings about things in your life. It's not and all that to say that not to say that this is what caused somebody mama to die. None of that. It's not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a divine plan. Like that woman had a time to come and a time to go. You see what I'm saying? And it just so happened that his chart. Well, I ain't gonna say just so happened. We can look at it like it really what it is. What his soul incarnated at a particular time to have his particular chart. So for when that time is happening, for his mother to pass, a certain energy will be in the sky and it will affect him a certain way for him to carry on with his life where he's supposed to go. Because if you look at it, his moon sign, which the moon rules motherhood, rules Cancer, right? It's 16 degrees Pisces, which is a trine. You see this blue line right here? It's a trine to the new moon and to the sun that day. You see, they was 17 degrees Scorpio. His moon natally is 16 degrees Pisces. You see what I'm saying? So that's your beliefs, right? His beliefs got tested like a motherfucker because his mother, you know what I mean? And then look at their Sirius as well. Uranus. Uranus rules change and unpredictability, right? His Uranus in the sky at that time was what, 14 degrees? Look, 14 degrees Pisces. approaching his moon because Uranus moves slow, so it was here for a little bit. But the point was that it's coming. You understand what I'm saying? You know something's gonna happen when Uranus hits one of your signs. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Like, it's like that for everything though. Something's gonna happen all the time when certain planets fall on certain planets of your chart. It's just this is how things go. Like, but y'all don't know that because don't nobody know their chart. Everybody think they one astrology sign run around here or whatever. So another thing is, as I was looking this up, I thought, well, after this, when his mama passed 2707, he kind of went down for like '08 and '09. He was kind of, you know what I mean? He was fucked up. His mama passed. And then I looked up in 2012, he started getting with, he got with her. And then they got married in 2014. I looked it up for this. Trust me, I do not know about these goddamn people's lives. But anyway, you see her moon is in Pisces natally too, just like his moon is in Pisces. So that was something that they vibed with. And then she's a Libra. So she's an air sign. He's a Gemini. He's an air sign. You see what I'm saying? You see the science is in the stars, baby. Dig. So anyway, I looked up what's called a progress chart for her because I realized she was a Libra, so I know she had to progress through Scorpio. Now, progress chart, I'm not even finna explain. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's just too much. It's just too much to explain. That's why I put out my lesson, How to Know Thyself, Volume 1. Once you get that, then I'm gonna go to Volume 2. You're gonna be able to understand all this. So anyway, I showed you how his Juno. I said that's the woman, the person you want to marry, right? Is in Scorpio. You see? Yeah. Okay. So she is a progress chart now. See, it's progressions for pick that day. I know it's kind of morbid to pick the day of the man's, this man's mother's passing, but just, I mean, like, at that time in his life, I don't know if he was with somebody or not. You know what I'm saying? But I know eventually he got with her. So at some point in time, from 2000 into 2007 to 2012, he had a admiration for Kim Kardashian. You understand what I'm saying? Not to, I mean, I don't know, but anyway. So I just picked that date because by now, 10 years from that would be 2017. She didn't progress to Sagittarius, but at that time when he lost, the one feminine energy that he could always count on, because that's what a mama is to a man. You know what I'm saying? Especially a man who ain't married. When he lost that, the next one he latched on to. You see what I'm saying? Her at that time she was a Scorpio, just like his Juno is in Scorpio. You see what I mean? Even though, like I say, she is a Libra, but that's a progress chart. You know what I mean? Technically, by now, he's a Cancer. He been Cancer. He been a progress Cancer for a while. He born in '77. He's 40 years old. I ain't know that. Anyway, it don't matter. He yeah, he is in Cancer, like 27 degrees, 28 degrees Cancer. Anyway, so the point is, you see how, the chart play out. You see how stuff, you see how the energies are. You know what I mean? Like, that's too much of a coincidence for this to be exact opposite. I don't know where I'm at. Yeah, for this to be Ceres, which rules motherhood, which is in Taurus. Now remember, I said Venus was on Ceres, and Venus rules Taurus, and his Venus is in Taurus. You feel me? Like, you can't. It's too much. And then that's the exact opposite of the degree that the sun and moon was on when the death actually happened. Right? Come on. Venus means who you like, who you love. So essentially, he had to leave his mama and latch on to his wife, like all men have to do in life, or you ain't gonna ever grow up, boy. Now the women be like, "Let your mama go. Your mama ain't in." Like, y'all gotta understand, the woman, a man's mother is the first woman that loved him. Therefore, any woman that loves him afterwards is going to have some type of semblance to that. You understand what I'm saying? Unless it was a bad relationship. You feel me? If it was a bad relationship, then you gotta have something counter to that. Like, the exact opposite though. It's going to relate back to the mother either way, because that's where he learned love from. You know, simply like my mama. My mama was a Scorpio, right? But by the time she met my daddy, she was a progressed Sagittarius, and by the time she had me, she was a progressed. She was still in Sagittarius. So, what's my wife? A Sagittarius. Do you see what I'm saying? Because the first type of unconditional love I experienced that programmed my psyche. It does it for anybody. It does it for everybody. So that's what I went to when I wanted to find somebody to be with forever. You see, oh, it's science. Man, I got so much of this shit. Man, look here. So anyway, you know what I mean? Y'all get my how to know thyself volume 1, so I can put together volume 2, so y'all can start doing this for yourself. It's all about you. Stop. You know, me. I say I ain't worried about none of these celebrities. But when we talking about a man losing his mother, I really, really understand that. Regardless, I don't give a fuck what they going through. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucked up. It's hard. It ain't fucked up because it's nature, but it's hard. To lose a mother. I know. My mama died in Scorpio. My mama was a Scorpio. Her son, the same degree as my Saturn. Shit. So, peace and love. Y'all take it easy.